happy that each one of you took the time out of your busy schedule to come to your annual meeting. You met your directors earlier as your CEO, Todd Cully, introduced them, so I won't go into that again, but I just want to tell you how hard each and every one of them work to make decisions that affect the livelihood of Boone Electric Cooperative. They're dedicated, hardworking people, and you should be very proud that they are your directors. While I stand here as a member of the board, I want to remind you I'm a member of this cooperative first. You voted me into this position to represent each of you. It is truly an honor to help run this company that we own together. In past years, when I started thinking about what I was going to talk about to our fellow members, it was often the good news, the highlights, the things that the employees and staff members achieve that keep Boone as one of the most respected cooperatives in the state that I always turn to. And you should be very proud that Boone Electric Cooperative uses 20% renewable energy to power our homes, and I think that's something that all of us should be very proud of. But this year, there's a more pressing matter that's going to take center stage. Not that we don't have achievements, as I just mentioned, to celebrate, but we need to focus on a more timely issue. The board members, along with the executive team, have been creating a strategic plan for our campus. Any good company has to know where it's going, what its goals are, and how they're going to achieve those goals that they set before them. One thing that has come up time and time again over the years is our current buildings. When Boone Electric first arrived at our current location at 1413 Rangeline, there was a main building and not very many neighbors. A mobile home park eventually moved into the north. Parcels of land and business grew to the south and west. And in the late 70s, Boone Electric finally built a second structure to house and protect valuable equipment and trucks. 20 years later, for operation employees to head in and see the office employees, they realized that a breezeway wasn't ideal, so they renovated again to bring all of Boone Electric's operations under one roof and to install the drive-through for members. Tweaks were made to these renovations a few years later to accommodate a larger community room, upgrade some energy efficiencies, and repair failing infrastructure. Now it's 2019. Equipment has changed, engineering and construction codes have changed, industry standards have changed, equipment has changed, but Boone Electric still continues on a positive growth track. The members of the board before us were faced with these same decisions when they chose growth. The only difference, we are now looking at those first upgrades 30 and 50 years later. We have found some issues and we are tasked with how to move forward. For instance, do you know the employees at Boone Electric ask for and attend active shooter training, just like in schools? The front office employees you see when you come to pay a bill or activate accounts, who you talk to over the phone, they are planning what to do in case someone driven to cause harm comes into our building. How do we protect them? Do we modify what we have? Do we rebuild the lobby with new, safer technologies? How do we let these employees know that we care about their safety? Security and safety is always a top priority. We always need to consider the access points to our facility and who uses these three gates. Rangeline Street is the main access point into the business of Boone Electric for nearly all employees at Boone, all deliveries to Boone Electric, and for all members, it use the south gate. We recognize that the south gate is heavily used for delivery trucks, our trucks, employees, and this gate is directly in front of the drive-through entrance. Taking the deliveries out of the equation would be helpful, but it'll cost to move them to the north gate, but it's something that we're considering to make the traffic flow faster. The building isn't up to date on certain code requirements. It does not have a fire suppressant system, also known as a sprinkler system. The elevator violates the Americans with Disability Acts because it isn't wide enough. And after 30 years of interior gutter system to help with rain and snowfall, we have a failing system that is leading to mold issues, water issues, property damage, and unsafe working conditions for employees. The roof, without a doubt, needs attention fast. Now, these are just a few of the concerns the property is facing. I want to take you outside to show you just one more. Remember when I mentioned the industry changes? The equipment alone has made our linemen and crews more efficient and safer, but they've also got bigger and bigger and bigger, and the garage has stayed the same size. Therefore, the warehouse space is a lot tighter. These garage doors are only 10 feet wide, 4 feet shy of today's standard. The trucks fit, but with little or no room to spare. And that's today. How big will these trucks be 10 years from now down the road? Because of Boone's growth, which is what we all want, we need to house more equipment like poles and transformers. 50 years ago, we weren't dealing with underground wire. Today, roughly a third of the 3,000 miles of line that Boone has is underground. Look at how big these spools of wire are. They take up space, and if the spools are not kept under roof, they're subject to the inclement weather, sunshine, and they deteriorate and become almost impossible to enroll, and therefore wasted product. And as your board, we want you to know we have some decisions to make about Boone Electric's future. Should we renovate the structures we have, or if these modifications exceed the cost of building a new building, is new construction a smart investment? We're currently in the process of completing several studies to help us down the wisest path. We've been told by many experts who have walked through our buildings that our employees over the years have maintained our facilities extremely well. And we want to thank our employees of the past decades for their caring for our buildings and our investment. Now, we do want you to know that we are staying at our current address, 1413 Rangeline. When we speak with members, this location is Boone Electric. It's our home. We've been there since 1952. So we want to share one strategic move that Boone Electric did make this spring. Boone Electric purchased this tract of land directly to the north of our current campus. This will protect Boone Electric from getting boxed in and allow us room to grow for the future. We think it's a smart move because it gives us options with breathing room. And the property addition gives us approximately 14.6 additional acres at this location, nearly doubling the size of our current campus. Boone Electric is 1413 Rangeline. It is our home, and it will be our home for many years to come. You will hear more about this strategic planning in the future. We are not taking this decision lightly. We're taking our time. We're studying each option carefully and what it means for the members and their investment. And we promise to keep you informed on what is going on. We thank all of you for coming tonight to your annual meeting, and it is our chance as a board to get to talk to you and hear your thoughts about your cooperative, because you own Boone Electric Cooperative. We thank you, and good night.